AJ Foster on the phone with us. AJ, how are you? Happy New Year.
What's up, man?
Good morning. Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah, last time I think we spoke, you guys were getting ready for a New Year's show.
Yeah.
Well, yep, New Year's Eve show in Rome. Yep, that was a great turnout. Had a good time there.
And I was off. I actually it was the first time I took a little breather, a vacation. So I missed you in the studio, but hopefully we can connect next time. I know we have some questions for you here this morning. Pretty interesting.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
Yes,
Shoot the way, fellas.
Well, the racial diversity issue has come up over the last week or so because of the lack of nominations at the Academy Awards for African Americans and other minorities. And you being an African American, I wondered if you wanted to chime in on this. I know folks are calling for Chris Rock to boycott the Oscars because he's supposed to MC. What do you think about that?
I don't think he should boycott it. I think he should take advantage of this platform that he has to address the issue. You know, he can open up some serious discussion about the lack of diversity. And pretty much if the problem is that we aren't being represented enough there, let's not pull away our only representation. Let's have him open it up so we can get more of us in there. I think he should definitely do it.
All right, cool. I like that idea, and I think that's been the idea that we've adopted here, Jay, in the studio, is that Chris Rock's got to go on. Even his brother, Tony Rock, is saying, of course my brother's going to play this thing, man.
Why wouldn't he? And it was 11 years ago that Chris Rock, he opened and hosted the Academy Awards, and he started off that night saying, it's a great night tonight. We have 4 black nominees tonight. It's kind of like the deaf Oscar jam. So he was making light of it then.
And he's a brilliant comedian. He's one of my biggest influences in my own comedy career. He's very intelligent. I know he's going to be able to put the right spin on it, to be funny but still be very effective in conveying the message.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's smart enough to be able to, curve this and make light of it in a way that I think folks will get. And if anyone's going to do it, I think Chris Rock's going to do a great job at that.
Yeah, I think he's definitely the man for the job. Now I like the way you guys worded the question at first. You said, the lack of diversity, because I've been hearing other people talk about it, and they've made it a black or white thing, and it's really not about that. It's about the overall lack of diversity. There's plenty of very talented Latino and Hispanic entertainers, Indians and Asians, and I think, there's plenty of great movies, and we should all have a little bit of representation there.
Yeah, and
people like Stacey Dash, saying stuff like, "Oh, well, we shouldn't have the BET Awards, where we only award black entertainers," and that's not true at all. The BET Awards, first of all, those were created because of the lack of diversity at other award programs, and they're not only geared towards giving awards to black entertainers, but it's entertainers that how should I say it, that cater to more of an urban audience, really, because they're white entertainers and people of all nationalities that win BET and NAACP awards. Justin Timberlake, Sam Smith, Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke is on BET more than his own wife, his ex-wife, who was a black actress.
Right.
So it's not really geared towards just black entertainers. That's very false, and I didn't appreciate that statement from her.
Yeah, there was Paula Patton, I believe, was his ex. Is that right?
Yeah, that's his ex. Yeah,
right.
Robin Thicke is on TV, BET, more than any black entertainer I know. Every time I turn on BET, I see Robin Thicke on.
It's funny. Now, you mentioned Stacey Dash's comments. For folks who might not have heard the actress's comments, she was on a talk show earlier this week. Going to play just a brief snippet of what she said and then come back to you, AJ. Here's Stacey Dash. Okay. Check it out.
We have to make up our minds. Either we want to have segregation or integration. And if we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black. If it were the other way around, we would be up in arms. It's a double standard.
That's Stacey Dash's comments right there. We're talking with AJ Foster, a comedian on the Talk of the Town at 100.7 FM WUTQ.
AJ, one of the points I brought up with her comments, and we talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the interview, diversity. And I said, as we continue and we go forward, as times change, we see mixed races as well. And Stacey Dash is African American with Mexican background as well. So I think it's going to really start to change the way we look at things.
Mm-hmm. I think you're aware that Stacey Dash is black and Mexican or Mexican descent, but it seems like sometimes that she's forgotten that who she is. And she seems to turn her back on people of minorities and people of color. And it seems like every time we hear her making a major statement, she's more about promoting, the political agenda of, her employer. She works for Fox News now, and it seems like that's all she's worried about, collecting a check from them and promote whatever their message is. She took this opportunity. I heard the full statement. Later on in that statement, she also took a jab at Obama and talking about the liberal elite that fund him. And I was like, what does that have to do with the Oscars right now?
Where are you going with this?
AJ, what's your schedule look like? Where are you playing next?
I'm down in New York City right now. I got no shows this weekend, just doing some auditioning for some stuff that I may or may not get called back on. But I'll be back up in the area for a show next Saturday, January 30th in Watertown. It's at the Ramada. It's a benefit for a student athlete fund for a Watertown comic who was tragically had his life lost last year. So we're going to raise some money for him out in Ramada. And they can check out more information for that on my website, ajfostercomedy.com.
All right. And then for this weekend, you mentioned being down in New York, getting ready for, excuse the phrase, the big whiteout going on this weekend with Snowmageddon.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have all your supplies ready to go or not?
I do not. I am not prepared for that. With me living in central New York, I wasn't expected to experience a bigger storm downstate. But,
You don't care. You'll be the only.
Hopefully, I can escape that and get back upstate where it's safe for now.
That's right.
Weird, but.
Yeah, that's an odd way to think of it, huh? Maybe you'll be being an upstater, you'll be all right. You don't have to worry about supplies. You can just head out on the street, bundle up, and just hit the store. Don't worry.
Yeah.
AJ, good luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much, guys.